This video falls under fair use. Fair use allows commentary, criticism, and reactions. Yo, Wack just dropped a wild take on why the feds and LAPD are cracking down hard in LA, and he says it's got everything to do with the upcoming Olympics. Let's listen to what he said.
Bro, like the Olympics is coming to LA soon, so y'all know they doing a cleanup, bro.
Remember, Ghost, I'm going to tell you what's happening. I've been sitting back thinking about it, Ghost. The same problem that's going on, that's been going on in Chicago, is starting to happen in LA. The older ain't talking to a lot of these. They either out their way or they feeding them the bull. Now, me, all I could do is use my platform and it reaches the ones that around on the internet. But you got to remember, bro. Okay, you got to remember this, Ghost. I'm 48 years old, right?
Right.
The last time the Olympics was in LA, I was 7. So don't know, none of these young even know, right, what that is. The last time the Olympics was in LA was 84. They don't know what come with that. Far as they concerned, the Super Bowl was just here. They don't understand what that Olympics, that's some different. So me at 48, I'm going to keep it real. All I vaguely remember is the Olympic hoops on the freeway, but I can't even, and I'm 48. I was 7 years old the last time it was here. Now I understand what that means that it's coming to the city. So take a 35 and under, right? They wasn't even born. They don't even know what that is to understand that, boy, they finna start cleaning up. They ain't stopping because inner city LA is in its own little bubble, its own little world. They're not understanding that Fig, if you start at Olympic and Fig and work your way down past LA Live, Crypto Center, new condos going up, SC, they got new parks around SC, and now you start to hit the numbers, the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, and some of these main parts like Manchester, take back to the Coliseums, they are trying to clean all that up. And the main when they looking at inner city LA, they say, okay, Figueroa, what's the problem? Well, we're good all the way up into here, then we get in the. So you mean to tell me those may even come up further if they know the tourists are here? Yeah, get them out of there. That's what it is.
Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Century is not next. Century or Western.
No, the Century got to be next. Why? Because
Because
where the Century leads you back to. The
it leads you
Coliseum, the new stadiums, all that, right?
in LAX, yeah,
There
and then
you
they
go.
talking about even using some of those places in Inglewood. So
Yeah,
absolutely, yeah.
yeah. So,
Because Western is pretty bad. It's not as bad as Fig, but Western is pretty bad too.
but what's gonna happen is the people on Fig is gonna push towards West. They know what they doing. They already know where they gonna go. You understand what I'm saying? They know,
Hmm.
okay, when we start shutting this down, they're gonna push this way. So what you gonna start seeing, remember I'm telling you this, them little police stands with the cameras,
Hmm.
right? With the little red, blue, the police light, you're gonna start seeing them pop up. They gonna use them to start coming and make arrests. Here we got you right here. So they gonna start moving them to Western, putting them over there, start to monitor people habits, who doing what. They gonna be around all them little raunchy, hourly rate hotels. Giving them, yeah. Listen, you know that because SC Village is all that's like Adams Jeff. So that's what 28th. That's like maybe the what Expo Park. You got the Expo Park over there,
Right.
right? All that they didn't kind of cleaned it up all the way. Martin Luther King, I believe, is probably cleaned up the King, but when you start to get in them 40s and start to climb,
Yeah, that's when it started looking regular.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I think what they're gonna attack King the Slauson, right? They're gonna attack Imperial and come back into the hundreds, and then they're gonna probably that Florence to Slauson. That's probably gonna be the last little area they hit right there. That's like the 60s, the 50s. high 50. But, and then they go, that Manchester to Florence though, they gonna go Imperial into the hundreds, and Manchester to Florence, and that King to Slauson. They gonna hit them areas, and they gonna let everybody be stupid enough to think you gonna go into them the high 50s, 60s, and they gonna be camera up, and they gonna just close it out there. They not playing, bro. Yeah, they're not even understanding it. Like, the last, like I said, bro, the last time the Olympics was here, I was 7, right? And it was a different thing, and gangs was at its all-time high back then. I mean, it was crazy, right? But people not even comprehending, like, okay, they coming with the Olympics. They like, we just had the Super Bowl here. You know what I'm saying? No big deal. They ain't understanding, Hey, bro, first of all, it's a bunch of idiots. I just ain't went on my channel and spoke on it. First of all, one thing I realized about the streets is you can't expect these to function with common sense. If you listen to it, dude just had that meeting with Miss Bass, right? This investigation been going on since 2021. One ain't got nothing to do with the other.
Facts.
He just sat down with that woman 2025. The investigation been going on since 2021. These niggas always trying to look for somebody to pass the fuck on. Little old smack voice ain't strong enough to trigger none of that. I'm gonna tell you what triggers that. One of them little girls that got picked up, tooting, they didn't already watched, told her, we're gonna do this to you, you can do this. What's happening? Yeah, boom, boom, boom. Okay, we're gonna wire your ass up. Any other girls out there in trouble? They got 2, 3. It was probably 5, 6 girls out there working independently for the police and didn't even know they was all working. And there it come. Think about it. Wire, phone tap. And then it's putting them girls, I don't want to call them because they girls, they showing it. One, the gorilla, whatever the name is, he promoted, I'm pimping, I need more on his Instagram. You watch, he put it up. And I just seen something that Trump is declaring war on Figueroa.
All right, so let's break this all down, because what Wack just said is more than just a theory. It might actually make a lot of sense. It's not just about crime numbers or sudden new cases. According to Wack, this is about image. This is about the city cleaning up its streets ahead of the Olympics. They want tourists, athletes, media, the world to see a safer, more controlled version of Los Angeles. And when you think about it, this isn't new. Major cities have done this before. Big events roll around, and suddenly there's a push to change what outsiders see. It's not always about fixing the real issues, it's about managing perception. And if that means high-level gang indictments, sweeps, and federal takedowns, then that's what gets greenlit. The timing is too convenient to ignore. Now, let's be clear, this isn't about defending criminal activity, not at all. But what Wack is pointing out is that the city's focus shifts depending on who's watching. There's a whole new level of urgency. So whether you agree with Wack or not, he's tapping into a conversation a lot of people are afraid to have publicly, how much of this is about justice and how much is about politics and image control. Let me know what y'all think. Is this a real effort or is it a PR move dressed up as justice? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, and make sure you subscribe because we're going to keep breaking down everything they don't want us to talk about. See y'all in the next one.